Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Winning Streak. We are currently on episode 34. I'm your host, Bryson.
And I'm Zeke.
And I'm Parker.
And today, same things as normal, plus a few extra things that I added in. Starting off with hot takes, I have 4 today. So for my first one, I said, as good as Embiid and the 76ers are, that jet might be loud. I said, as good as Embiid and the 76ers are, they have a 0% chance to win the chip this year. I'm not giving them any chance. There's teams that are so much better, and they never have any playoff luck at all.
I'll say like 0%. I'd say like they got like a 5% chance.
Might as well say 0 at that point.
They got a low chance, but nothing's impossible.
I mean, every single team, the Pistons have a chance right now, but it's just not going to happen. That's how I look at it. No. Technically. I mean, technically no one's out of the playoffs yet.
They might already be eliminated.
I think
halfway
through.
It would have showed it in like the standings updated by now.
Okay. I just wanted to check.
I'm pretty sure that. I mean, you know what I mean, though. You get
the like 5 losses.
The Grizzlies.
You get my point, though.
Yeah, 100%. I get you.
So, I just don't see them
the Grizzlies
doing
are
anything.
already eliminated, so they would both be eliminated.
I don't know if they are.
I don't think they are.
I don't think so.
I don't think anyone
talked about
can
it the
be
other week.
yet, technically. I
That
don't
was
remember
a
saying that.
hypothetical.
Yeah. Yeah, because we said that Ja will flip the season around, and then he got injured 2 days later. Or no, the same night. It was the same exact night, bro.
But like we were like anticipating his return.
Yeah. So for the second one, I don't even want to agree with this one, and it very likely won't happen. But I said the Warriors are going to be the NBA version of this year's Chiefs, and they will sneak in the playoffs and make some sort of run.
I don't see it.
Especially if they get a center. That's all they need.
I guess like when Chris Paul comes back and he's like incredible or something, that's the only way that would happen, which I mean completely
or if they
possible.
just get a center like they need to.
Or if everyone shows up and they give like their younger players more minutes like they should be.
Yeah.
And give guys like Clay and Chris Paul less minutes. You know, CP's injured right now, but
CP3 wasn't bad at all when he was playing.
When he started the season, yeah. He was
averaging a lot of assists. He was one of the best
his arm.
assist turnover leaders, obviously. We know that.
Yeah, but get Clay out of there, bro. You might as well trade him he has at least some value.
You could trade him to the Bulls. They could try to get Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan.
Trade him to the Hornets.
They could even go for
Trade him to the Hornets for like someone young or something.
Yeah.
I feel like he just doesn't have any value left.
He doesn't.
I mean, he's not
like
atrocious this year, but he's like he's
really,
not worth
really bad.
bringing in.
I don't think I would trade him for
like
even like Kyle Kuzma though or someone like that. Like
100%.
He's on a really bad level, and that's pretty.
Kyle Kuzma isn't.
Kyle Kuzma's not horrible, but
Kyle Kuzma's
he's just on the Wizards, I think. Like
he's a good player. Yeah. Like he's a valuable asset to like any team.
Yeah, he's not bad. He's just not a star at all.
Send picks to get Miles Bridges for Clay.
Yeah,
right now
they're not going to be able to get Miles Bridges.
No, 100%. Have you seen that like Miles Bridges to the Suns?
They're pretty confident
that's the main.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's the main target right now.
Just like,
I would want.
I haven't heard anything about it in like 3 days. I mean, I'd be fine with it.
They're
would
pretty
work well for
confident
us.
it's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
He's a decent defender.
We'll really be the villain team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for my third hot take, I said Dan Campbell was never as good of a coach as the media made him out to be earlier in the season. He often makes stupid choices and gets carried by his team. And I'm not saying he's a bad coach.
That's really it. I mean, he's good for the locker room.
Yeah.
He's a great locker room coach. You know,
like he knows how to get the.
I'm talking about
he knows what it's like.
Winning games, coach. Like obviously they won a lot of games this season, but it was regular season, close games. The players outperformed. He didn't. The games they lost were on him.
Yeah, there was no specific
the game.
I'd say
he was never the reason they won, but he was oftentimes the reason they lost.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you gotta look at that and kind of think about that first, I think.
I'd say like what he did as far as like structure wise, like reorganizing like their offense was like amazing, and what he did there. I think he implemented like a lot of great things into that team, but he was a great coach, but as far as decision making goes, you know, that's on him. You know,
he just thinks everything is like a Disney movie. It's gonna the ball's gonna go in slow motion.
And I completely disagree with what he said after the game, where he's like, "Yeah, that was probably our only shot. Why would you say that?
That was dumb, and that's being the complete opposite of a player's coach too. That's the worst thing you could ever say.
Negative.
Yeah, that's like negative asking to get fired.
Yeah, literally. So, last one. I thought of this one at lunch after I went on my rant. I said the Eagles and Bills Super Bowl windows look to have closed after this year. Especially the Eagles. The Bills, maybe they can do something, but the Eagles window looks closed.
They're still
They don't do anything on
The
coaching.
Eagles are still like
they could just
their
clear
central
coaching
core is
staff and
still
they could
pretty
be good
young.
again in 3 years. They have enough players to just restart.
I don't see them keeping the same team at all for 3 years.
I think
though.
the Bills
It's
are
mainly
The only guys on that team that like are really like
It's mainly
done
Diggs
is-
and AJ are leaving, so unless they get another huge receiver, there's no way they're going to win next year without those players.
I think they're both like pretty fine as long as they go into like a soft rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they could just like bring in new coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean like
Continue
close
to
forever,
draft
obviously.
well.
I just mean like
Yeah,
for the
but,
next
like,
5 years. I don't see them doing
No,
it.
I don't even
agree
think
with
that.
Bills, I feel like I don't agree with that either.
I don't
Okay.
agree. Yeah.
That's
When
fair.
you have like an elite quarterback, it's kind of hard to completely shut a window like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna keep building around him regardless.
Well, the Bills is for sure closed for at least 5 years because Mahomes is on a contract.
Uh,
And then,
Well, all it takes
Eagles,
is
we
one
can see.
injury. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what happened with
yeah,
every good quarterback
They'll
in
get
the
some
2000s.
super kryptonite
I mean,
healing
besides, like-
technology for Mahomes.
Besides, like Philip Rivers, like even with an era of
Yeah.
Tom Brady and Peyton Manning,
Yeah,
guys
that's
still
true.
won Super Bowls. Well, I mean, you can include Peyton Manning in that book. He only had one in the 2000s. But,
Yeah. He was.
Good
it's
Super
the
Bowl.
same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like guys like Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, probably even Jalen Hurts will get a ring eventually. But
yeah,
Maybe.
You know, it just might take some time.
I think at least
it could
two
be
of
the
them
back
won't.
end
I
of the
think at least
decade,
two
it
of
could
them
be
won't,
this.
and they'll just be like some of those players that like
Yeah.
were great all time but just never
Yeah,
won.
like
could
what
end
if?
up just
Like
being
we have
like
to
that.
win a sum
It
at
could
some
just
point.
End up Josh Allen being like a Philip Rivers type of guy.
Yeah, I
Great
think-
stats,
I
played
think
for a
him
long
and
time, good
honestly-
teams almost every year, and then he just never
Yeah.
got it.
Maybe Joe Burrow. I'd put Jalen Hurts first because Joe Burrow has a lot
I don't
more
know, Joe
potential than
Burrow's,
them.
like,
But I don't think
Career
Jalen
path
Hurts
is
will get one.
extremely similar to like Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
Honestly, so like I wouldn't like.
I think
write
he'll
him
get
off
one.
super quick. I
No,
feel like
not
he's
him.
Like a
but
future,
I think it depends on how his injury plays out. I think they forced him into the season.
I don't
like,
think this injury is severe.
Yeah,
enough
I
to,
hope
like,
not.
Really,
They just let it
honestly.
linger.
it was a whole
like-
year for the most part.
Well,
it
I
wasn't
mean,
that
was-
bad,
he
but
just-
They played him when
they
they
let
should
Yeah,
it,
that was
they
their
let
fault.
it mess with them for like 8 weeks, and then they were just like, we're not getting anything done anyway. Might as well.
Yeah.
Just,
that's true.
Yeah, I think that's
So-
bad decision making on their part.
So getting into the 2K or Madden teams, I chose Madden this week actually. That's why I said 2K or Madden. I'm assuming you guys did 2K like usual.
yeah, I did 2K.
So, my Madden team has a quarterback of 79, a running back of 80, a wide receiver 1 of 91, a wide receiver 2 of 85, and a tight end of 75.
So good receivers.
2 good receivers.
Wide receiver 2 is 85. That's kind of common for Madden at this point. Decently. They give out
What-
90s
and
like
what's
crazy
team,
now.
Like, is this including injuries or anything?
It was the team for the whole season.
The
I don't
whole
think really
season,
anyone got injured for the
79
most part,
was
actually.
elite, So
It's like fairly obvious, but I wouldn't be surprised if you don't guess at the same time. We'll go one guess for today, just for time's sake.
Yeah. You can go for it.
no, I don't even have anything. Right now.
I
You
don't
go
even-
for it.
I got nothing. I was gonna
Oh.
say
We can go with that. I mean, it works for the video. But if you want to guess, feel free.
Oh, this is the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I was about to say it's one of my favorite teams,
Yeah,
and then I was like,
that's
that
a-
gave it away.
okay.
yeah, that threw me off. That 79 is gross.
I know, for
Mhm.
Baker, that was pretty gross this year.
That-
He could be
that's
like an
gross.
84 this year, if you wanted to be.
Yeah, that's probably where he
Yeah.
sits.
I would
I feel like
say
they
so for next year.
underrated
I was
a lot
thinking-
of quarterbacks.
Yeah,
so,
for
and
sure.
It's just like a lot of guys deserve to be like 84, 85.
Yeah, for sure.
I was thinking like the Rams or something, but like, you know, golf's way too.
Oh, it definitely could have been the Rams, actually.
I think
That's not even bad. Stafford's probably like 82,
yeah, I think
83,
Stafford's like
at least.
he's probably higher than
I was going to say, he could be like 86,
86.
yeah.
I said golf. I always get them mixed
yeah,
up.
I don't know.
they're like the same guy to me.
It's like you're like 3 years.
I knew what you meant.
3 years like,
Yeah.
behind, but yeah, I don't even like.
Are
They
they
look the
doing
same,
some
too.
sort of air show today?
I know,
Because,
they're
dude, I've
going on.
seen and heard
It's
so
World War
many
III right
jets
now.
today. And after that, like, sonic boom thing this morning, I didn't hear it or see it, but
What?
did you hear about it?
No.
There was a jet, off topic, guys. There was like a jet flying over one of the neighborhoods.
And they
it-
broke the sound barrier.
Yeah, it like
I saw
accelerated
like a
super
ring,
fast or something,
Like a
and it,
ring
like-
doorbell thing about an explosion.
people said they thought it was like the power plant exploding or like a bomb or something.
Yeah, that's funny 'cause they were doing like the test at the
Yeah,
power plant like yesterday.
I know, that'd be funny. So, I mean, that'd be
That
okay.
would
Go ahead.
be really bad,
Go ahead.
actually.
Do your next. That wouldn't be funny. Who wants to go next for
I'll go.
2K teams?
Okay, so I was doing 2K. So point guard is an 82, shooting guard 83, small forward 82, power forward 77, and center an 81.
This team sucks.
Repeat.
Point guard 82, shooting guard 83, small forward 82, power forward 77, center 81.
Is this up to date with injuries?
Yes.
Seems really bad.
Is
there injured players?
No.
No Grizzlies?
Are we missing anyone? Or did I give it away too much?
There is a injured player.
What? That's pretty hard, actually. I really don't. I'm
I
gonna
feel
say.
like I was just thinking Grizzlies because Desmond Bane is rated kind of low from what I can.
Is it the Wizards?
No.
Who is it?
It's the Blazers.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess
Yeah,
that
that's a
makes sense.
very mid team. I should.
Yeah, I should have thought of that one.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the worst team in the NBA because it sounds like they were.
Yeah.
It pretty much is
I was actually
accurate.
Pretty impressed with Jabari Walker's 77
Yeah.
overall.
That is. He's
Because
one of
when
the
I said
better
injured, I was
players right
talking
now.
about, Rob Williams.
Oh yeah.
So,
Okay, that's fair. That's a pretty good one. I would
'Cause
not
he's
have
like an
guessed them
81 or
for a minute.
82 or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
So,
All the trades this season got me messed up.
Yeah.
yeah, honestly, there was a lot of movement this year.
You want
been
to go
good.
ahead and do yours?
Yeah, I'll do mine. Point guard 78, shooting guard 82, small forward 80, power forward 78, center 88.
Center 88. That's the Spurs.
That's
Yeah.
Spurs, damn it.
I figured that one was pretty
Lucky.
obvious.
Yeah, I was trying to think because I couldn't remember if Wemby was a power forward, and I was like, no,
Mhm.
there's no one else big on
Yeah.
that team. So I was like, shit,
They
it's too
play him
late.
some weird positions, but like
They
he's
run him.
at
They have
center.
him take the
reason I
ball
knew
up.
that
It's
it was the
weird.
Spurs. I didn't even hear the rest of the team. I heard 88 center, and I was like, because I was on the 2K website.
He's
and put
rated
up the
really high,
updated
dude. What the
rankings.
heck?
He's averaging like 25.
I know,
10, and,
but
like 10 with
on a
3.5
garbage
blocks.
There's some guys that are averaging, I think, more. They're rated lower for sure, like 100%.
Probably.
Plus, he's a rookie, so that's insane. Rookie
Yeah, I've
Braun
seen,
wouldn't
like,
have gone an
almost 90 of
88.
them.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't think that's ever happened.
Mhm.
But getting into start bench cuts, I have a pretty decent one for you guys today. Start bench cut: Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins, and DJ Moore.
Calvin Ridley, T. Higgins, and DJ Moore. Okay, I'm gonna go DJ Moore, T. Higgins, and then I'll go. with-
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. I'm
That's
blanking.
fair. Calvin
What was-
Ridley.
Yeah, CalvinRidley. Calvin
I
Ridley
was
mid this
thinking-
year, so that's
I
why I'm
know.
going with that. So was
Yeah.
T. So I
He
mean,
was injured coming into this year. I would personally go DJ Calvin T.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say
Yeah.
DJ Calvin T.
T got hurt too.
Yeah, it's kind of a off year for everyone.
You can go either way for me, but
Yeah.
considering
The
Ridley
only thing that's like
is
directly clear there is DJ.
I
DJ
mean,
went
I
for
think
almost
so.
1,400.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DJ can
he's
just
good.
rack up
He's
yards.
very good.
he's insanely good. So I like that one.
That's
And
the
then-
argument that Justin Fields doesn't need a star receiver.
Yeah.
Because he already has one.
I wouldn't say star, but I'd say very
DJ
good.
Moore is extremely good and has been extremely good for like 5 years.
Yeah,
He's a star.
Extremely
receiver.
good, and
he didn't get talked
Star is
about
different.
nearly enough.
He's been like
yeah,
over.
because he's
like,
been on the Panthers.
been over 1K for like 4 years or 5 years straight.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
People don't even consider Mike Evans to be a star though, so I'm not gonna
Well, he's-
give you that argument. by
That's a
that.
dumb argument.
I know
don't
it's
why
stupid. I don't know.
anybody would
People
say
hate
that.
on Mike Evans so much for no reason. On
I
the
get like
internet. It's
people
gross.
like. 'cause
People
I mean,
think he's not a
there's
Hall of Famer.
I've seen an
That's what's
argument
crazy
that
to me.
Mike Evans has never been a top 3 receiver in any point in his career, which is actually like low key if you look at it.
I mean, it's fair.
It's kind of close.
Yeah,
But-
it is kind of close.
Like there's
to
some
I would
years
say
that
the
you-
years with Tom
you would
Brady,
you
he
would have to like
arguably
make
was.
the argument that it
Yeah.
was like certain years that he would break into the
Yeah, when
top
he
3.
had
Tom Brady years, I would give him a top 3 case because
Yeah,
he was
he was
different
gross.
with Tom Brady.
yeah.
Even with
I'd
Jameis,
say,
like,
like-
the tail end of the Jameis years, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus he's had Jameis Winston, and no offense to
Jameis
Baker
Winston
Mayfield
was-
because he was
yeah.
great this year, but he had Baker Mayfield who was supposed to be a bum, so he's making
I mean, if we're talking
big
about like
plays.
just straight up like deep ball and just like random.
Don't give
throws.
Davies, bro.
What?
He throws like a random deep ball that gets
Jameis,
caught.
bro. Jameis went for 5K in 2019.
Jameis does not get talked about.
Yeah.
Jameis was solid.
We're getting off topic, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take Jameis slander. He was good.
He's a bum. Go ahead.
Okay, so mine was basketball. So I was
Mhm.
going with Cade Cunningham, R.J. Barrett, and Jalen Green.
R.J. Barrett, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green.
Jalen Green disappoints me so much.
Yeah,
Like
I don't know about R.J. over Cade.
I do.
Cade's pretty good.
R.J. just got switched. He's gonna be better the rest
I
of the
guess.
season.
Yeah,
He already
that's the
has
argument that would be made.
Yeah, that's the argument
Jalen
there.
Green is like, he's not.
He's
not
not
gonna be,
bad.
like, a
He's just
star
not
or
on that
anything, but
list.
For,
it's
with
just
they
like,
they
he's gonna
drafted
be
him
good.
to be a star though. They drafted
Yeah,
him with
that's
like
what
the
I'm-
expectation he's gonna be their franchise guy.
Yeah.
I thought he could.
he
be good.
looked. I thought he was gonna shape
Yeah.
out. To be honestly,
I thought he was gonna shape out too, and then he just like fell flat.
That's
He
what's
didn't.
happening to all those like G League Ignite guys.
yeah.
Uh huh.
None of them work
honestly.
out. It's because they're
I
already
was-
basically playing in the league.
Yeah.
So the fact that they're not succeeding enough in there to be a star
Which
is.
I think the problem with that is that G League talent might not be as good as like high end college talent.
Yeah.
Which is like
No,
kind of
it's
crazy
not.
to say, like because.
But keep in mind, there's like
if we're
street
talking, like-
ballers out there that are
yeah.
better than G League players
Yeah, that for sure.
and
But,
NBA
like,
players.
I say like the average G League player is like probably wouldn't. I don't know. That's kind of
a lot of them are college level, I would say.
Yeah.
Like
but like
Mm-hmm.
Kansas level, like that kind of team.
because
Yeah.
I mean all those G League guys are just guys that aren't good enough to be in the NBA. But
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Which is what
look
the
at
high
a guy
college
like
teams are.
Scoot versus
Yeah.
a guy straight out of college. Like,
Yeah,
big
Scoot was
difference
one of
there.
the biggest
Scoot could have
disappointments by far.
benefited from going to college. 100%.
Scoot
Yeah.
should have went to college,
Scoot
dude.
could be in college right now.
I
he's
saw
like-
this.
How old is he?
Dude,
Like,
I
don't
saw
know.
a stat and like all of his like if you look into it like all of his like indexes and stuff, he's like literally having one of the worst seasons of all time.
Yeah.
For like a player averaging his minutes, he's
I'm not gonna write him
disgustingly
off
bad.
immediately because I mean he could just like
He could be good next year, but it's
he
just
could
not happening
just
yet.
progress.
He could
Yeah.
be, but it's like
generally,
it's historically bad.
but he's had issues for
Yeah.
sure. Adjusting to being in the league.
And then you want to go ahead and do yours?
Yeah.
We got to beat the Sun.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a fun one. I got like a historic one.
Okay.
It's all like one season wonders.
Okay.
So, star bench cut, Linsanity, Celtics IT, or 94-95 Dana Barros. All at their
Wasn't
peak.
Insanity averaging like 30 for a minute there?
We're just like going like
We're going off of like
During
their,
that stretch.
their little
during
peak,
that stretch,
right?
like who you would rather have.
Yeah.
Okay, if they were doing that for a full season, I
In
don't
the
know.
order you listed them, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I think so. I think that's fair. And like you can say any of them are underrated, but they all were, so it's not really an argument.
Yeah.
I think no matter what, Linsanity got to be number
Dude,
one.
Linsanity has to. You could argue Celtics, IT, but
Celtics IT was good.
Linsanity's. If you're just counting
54
Linsanity's little
points
run, though,
was
bro,
rough.
that's disgusting. He had a
Yeah.
crazy. He had one of the craziest runs of all time. The
Yeah.
craziest
The
run of all
I'll-
time.
ESPN
I'll always feel
Yeah.
so bad for Isaiah Thomas, dude.
Yeah.
honestly.
It's kind of just
He
funny
got-
now though at this point.
He got fucked
Pick me
over.
up.
he got messed up by the Cavs and
Yeah.
the Celtics, dude.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Him and Cam Newton just make me cringe at this point though. Like every single
Yeah.
team, it's like y'all
Dude,
need
honestly,
me.
it's
I'm like,
too-
dude, stop,
it's too
bro.
much.
Two washed guys
Just give it
that
up.
just like need to give up.
I know.
Yeah.
Cam Newton should move into like
Cam Newton has something
podcasting
going for him, but he
full-time,
still just wants to always
I
talk
know, he just
crap
wants to
and
be like,
like,
these guys
Yeah.
are game managers. I could be winning.
yeah, I know. I'm
Like-
like, just give it up. But that is an interesting one. I didn't
And
expect
then-
that one.
Dude, and then IT genuinely just posts on Twitter every time there's an injury. Like he's like,
Dude,
just
I know.
begging on like
Every
point
single
guards.
time. He's like
He's
50
begging
now.
on mid point guards in the NBA to get injured, so he
I
can
know,
steal their
dude.
jobs.
He got when he got like 80 in like the fucking Farmers League that one time
Yeah.
like last
That
year.
was hilarious. He
And then
started crying after.
yeah.
Bro, he was pretty decent on the Hornets. I'll give him that. He was playing decent when he
Mhm.
went to the Hornets the other year. But I would go the same order like you were saying, and then getting into the blind player stat comparisons. You want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay, player A is averaging 27.5 points per game, 4.1 rebounds, 5.6 assists on 47% field goal shooting, and
Okay.
38.6% from three. Player
Okay.
B
That's
is
pretty good,
averaging
honestly.
27.3, 4.2 rebounds, 5 assists,
Oh my gosh.
45%,
So like very similar.
and 40% from three.
Can you repeat player A?
27.5, so 0.2 more points.
Give
per
us the
game.
differentials between the two
Yeah.
instead
Okay.
of rereading them.
0.2 points per game for player A.
Okay.
Player B is averaging 0.1 more rebounds. Player A is averaging 0.6 more
Oh
assists.
my gosh.
Player A has a 2% higher field goal percentage, and player B has a 1.5 or
That's like
1.5.
2%. Dude, perfectly split.
yeah.
That's really hard.
I'm gonna say player A.
I'll go player B because I like
Okay.
their shoot. I like 3-point shooting percentages.
Okay,
Is
so-
one of them Grayson Allen? The second
No.
one? Okay. I was curious for a second.
No, Grayson Allen's not averaging 27 points.
Oh yeah, I didn't look at that one. I was thinking about the 3-point percentage.
I was like, if he was,
okay,
that'd be
player
gross.
A is De'Aaron Fox, and
Okay.
player B is Curry.
I figured
Oh,
one of
cool,
them had to
okay.
be Fox.
That's interesting. I thought it was gonna be Trey for the second one. That was
That's
a good one though. My player comparison, also NBA. Player 1 is averaging 17, 4, and 8 on 41% shooting. And player 2 is averaging 15, 4, and 5 on 49% shooting. So player 1 has slightly better points and assists on 8% worse shooting.
What was the shooting on player? Like, what was the actual percentage?
41.
41.
I didn't do 3 points.
41's not that good.
41's not
41's
horrible.
iffy.
And then player 2 is shooting. It was basically 50 when I checked earlier.
What was the points per game?
It was player 1 had 17, player 2 had 15.
I think I'm gonna go player 2 because better efficiency.
I guess player.
Okay. I didn't expect you guys to pick. It is pretty funny. Player 1 is Fred VanVleet, and player 2 is Austin Reeves.
Okay.
That's not crazy. Yeah,
It's not that crazy, but did you see VanVleet's new contract?
Yeah,
He's
it's
a
gross.
starter
That
on
was
the
a
Rockets
terrible
now.
contract.
And he's averaging Austin Reeves numbers, if not apparently worse. Yeah, so
That's gross, dude.
it's pretty funny.
All right. I actually love this segment. This is probably my favorite segment, to be honest.
It's fun.
My new one is going to be my new favorite one. So go ahead.
All right. Player 1 is averaging 24, 9, and 5 on 47% field goal. Player 2 is averaging 21, 10.5, and 4 on 50% field goal.
Okay. Give us the differentials really quick. It makes it easier.
Yeah.
So player 1 averages 3 more points.
Okay.
Player 2 averages 1.5 more rebounds. Player 1 averages 1 more assist. And player 2 averages 3% better field goal.
I'll go player 1, I guess.
Yeah, player 1.
It's close, though.
This one's kind of funny.
Okay.
Player number 1 is Julius Randle.
Julius Randle's having a good season.
really good.
On a good team,
Yeah.
honestly.
Player number 2 is Bam Adebayo.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Honestly, like, that doesn't...
Yeah. I'm not cutting this part out for editing, so give me a second. I'm turning the light. No one's going to be watching this part. I don't care.
Yeah, nobody makes it into this video. You can just cut it on clips. It doesn't
You never
matter.
know. There's 20 people who watched the last
Yeah.
video.
Even if you did, you understand. We're human. Okay.
The lighting actually worked shockingly well right there.
It's pretty decent.
So,
So,
we're moving into power forwards. Top 5?
no. I have topics. So, getting into our next topic, who would have more success this season if they swapped teams in the beginning?
Oh, yeah.
So, we're going to try to get through all these next topics relatively quick. I'm going to just put that out there. So, Curry and LeBron. If LeBron was on the Warriors and Curry was on the Lakers,
they would be better right now. Honestly.
You think so?
I think so. I think
I
LeBron would
disagree.
bring the best out of Draymond Green.
That is
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about Curry and AD as a duo.
Yeah, I was
That
With
would
the
be
rest of that
gross,
Lakers
but,
supporting
like,
cast, that's disgusting.
The rest of the supporting class is like they're okay.
They're not
Like,
horrible,
They're not crazy.
but I don't know. I think
the
with
supporting
Curry, dude,
class.
that's kind of hard though.
Okay.
You had it right.
Yeah. Okay. Started like tweaking. I don't know. I feel like Braun.
LeBron on the
pretty
it just
good.
seems
think
right.
Warriors.
LeBron on the Warriors.
I think I'm going to take Curry,
Okay.
to be honest,
Okay.
because I feel like the floor spacing you provide for that team, and
Yeah,
that's
the
what they're
floor
kind of
spacing would
struggling
be
with
gross,
right now.
but-
That is true. Yeah.
They're like so congested in that offense right now that I feel like Curry would help space the
Yeah,
floor
that
a lot
Warrior,
better.
Yeah.
that Warrior squad would have to have LeBron play point.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That is
That
true.
would work.
That's true. It's just gonna keep doing that. It's the
Okay.
rink. So, Jimmy Butler or Jalen Brunson. So Jimmy Butler on the Knicks or Jalen Brunson on the Heat.
Ooh, that's a tight
Jimmy's
one.
been hurt and Jalen's been tough, so that one is kind of hard for me. But the Knicks are a lot better than the Heat overall. at the
Yeah,
same
that's
time,
the
so
problem.
That's a hard one actually for me.
But like the supporting cast is not that
The
much
Knicks
better,
supporting cast has been a lot better this season, I would say.
I guess.
Like
I
far
mean, they
better. The
traded
Heat
a
are
lot of like
They,
those role
I mean,
guys.
think
Pretty
they
low
just got
seed, and the
Terry
Knicks are
Rozier.
really good right now.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they did just get Terry
Yeah,
Rozier.
that's true.
That is true. That's gonna probably take away from Butler if anything though, because Rozier's pure scoring.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true.
So
I want a point play there.
That's
such a
kinda hard.
weird
That's a
trade.
really
Like,
hard
why'd they
one.
do it?
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
I feel I'm
Yeah.
gonna take Brunson,
I don't know.
but
Are you-
like I could go either way.
Okay.
To be honest.
I think I'll go Brunson too. I think he'd have
Yeah.
even better stats, honestly, on the Heat than he
with,
does
like
now.
with Bam, I mean that's
yeah.
just a better. Big.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Mhm.
And they've been down Miles Robinson.
Dude, I was gonna say if they had
Mitchell.
yeah,
There we go.
if they had him,
Dude,
dude,
I'm genuinely tweaking, bro. I'm sorry.
That's kind of funny. We were just talking about Bam and Randall, and now we're talking about Jimmy and
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
Brunson.
Devin Booker or Jason Tatum. So Book on the Celtics or Tatum on the Suns?
I think
that's kind of
think
weird because it's
Book-
like you're switching it either way. It's just gonna end up with 2 power forwards
Yeah,
on one team, and
exactly.
the other team is like 2 shooting guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Book would do better.
I don't know.
Book is
Jason
averaging-
Jason
Tatum
Tatum
and
and KD
KD.
on the
Bro,
same team would be
that's what
gross.
I'm thinking
I
about.
guess I'd go with the Suns.
I'm gonna go with Tatum and the Suns. Yeah.
Dude, Book just put up like 4 consecutive like 40+ point games.
Yeah, that is true.
Book is having a gross.
He's having a
It's not all
monster
about
season.
scoring. They lost a lot of those games though.
Yeah, that's true. Also,
I mean,
The
that's not
Celtics
his
have
fault.
The best record, still, right?
Celtics are.
I just
still
think
not scared of them, bro. I
Book
can
would
never,
just be
I don't know.
so gross.
I think they're.
Yeah.
If like Jaylen Brown locks in, they
I
could
can
be
never
good.
be scared of the Celtics until they actually do something. That's my
Ja-
thing. With
Jaylen
it.
Brown is not clutch.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
I like
It's the
this one. This
opposite
one's
of
kind of
it,
funny.
but-
Chet or Wemby?
Shit.
Dude, that
Really?
OKC team. would
Dude,
be
Wemby can
so
just stat pad.
disgusting.
He still
bro.
doesn't even though, really.
Are we talking like team success?
I think
Yeah.
we're just mainly talking. Oh, are we? I'm talking like
I've been
overall.
talking
I'm talking
team
team
success,
and
like-
personal at the same time.
Okay, if we're talking
If we're talking
team-
like pure stats, Wemby stats would go down for sure, but that OKC team would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. If we're talking stats wise, Chet would be averaging some gross numbers.
Oh yeah, insane stat pad on his side. Like he could
Yeah.
be
You
going
think
for
so?
like
He
he'd
could be
have
going
the
for like
same stats
30.
as Wemby minus like the blocks.
He could be going for like 30 a
Yeah.
game.
I
Like
think I'm gonna give it to Wemby just because
Mhm.
I feel like like Chet stats would be crazy, but Wemby would just be so like
Yeah.
so high up on everyone's list for being on such a good team with OKC and Shea. Everyone
Yeah.
would be considering him to be like a top 10 player right now if
Yeah.
he was doing
Yeah.
this on the OKC.
yeah,
I mean,
think,
that's the difference. Stat pad numbers versus a team
Yeah.
that
Exactly.
yeah, that's a
the
problem.
best team in the
Mhm.
Yeah, if I
division or conference.
yeah, player wise, I'd go Chet. It's gonna
Chet
average
would have
better
better,
numbers.
like he
Yeah.
would have way better stats than
Yeah.
what he has right now, which are already good. But
Yeah.
Wemby's stats would be
Yeah,
besides scoring.
Lower.
Scoring would be the only thing that goes down. He'd still be getting boards.
Yeah, he'd
Yeah.
be getting boards, more assists.
Wemby would
Yeah,
definitely
range
have.
defense
still.
Yeah,
His stats
Wemby
wouldn't
would
change
definitely have better
defensively.
team success.
Yeah, I feel like the only thing that Chet
Mm-hmm.
would start to do better if he did start doing it better is
Well, that's the only thing that Chet does better than him right now is like shooting percentages, right?
Yeah.
So that would just be the same thing for Wemby. He would take less shots.
Yeah, that is true.
So I don't know.
Um,
I'd give it to Wemby for sure.
so the next one, I actually really like this one too. Embiid or Jokic? That one's pretty hard.
I don't know. It's just because like
Embiid as a
the
pure
Nuggets
scorer.
would be worse.
That's what I'm thinking.
with
Embiid as a
Embiid.
pure scorer
Mhm.
with such a good supporting cast just wouldn't work. Jokic, I feel like would elevate the Sixers cast like a crazy amount.
Jokic would, but I mean, a big part of like the Nuggets' success was having a guy like Jalen. Dude.
Yeah,
I'm
there we go.
tweaking.
Perfect.
Wow,
That's much better.
very bright.
Thank you.
Oh,
We're good. Thank you.
Jamal Murray is a big
Yeah.
part of that.
Jamal
So
Murray was a big
that
part
would
of
just
that.
be like the difference between if you think like Maxey,
Yeah.
or like
I
how
still just think
interchangeable
though,
they would
like
be in Jokic's game.
as an individual and team player,
I'd
Jokic
say-
is just better,
I
but
think
Embiid's just a
Jokic
better
and the
scorer.
Sixers
That's
would
it.
be better. I mean,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
Tobias Harris, who isn't like a slouch. He's there. He does.
No, he's
what he
not
needs
at
to
all.
do. He's been solid.
Tobias
this
Harris
year.
is good. I like Tobias Harris. So.
He's all right.
I'll
He
give
gets
you that.
hated on too much.
Yeah, he does for sure.
But also Tobias Harris over me.
And then last one, also a fun. This is a fun segment. I might
Yeah, it
start
was.
doing this more. Trey or Hallie? So Trey on the Pacers or
I think
Hallie on the Hawks?
I don't know.
I
because
know.
that's
It's like
actually
such
weird.
similar teams. The last few have just been similar
I don't
I
know.
think I'm
players
gonna
with
take-
different situations.
I think I'm gonna take Trey.
I haven't seen Hallie with
Really?
with Siakam yet, so that's gonna be a big part of it.
We
They
saw
almost
one.
lost to the Suns.
they play?
Yeah.
They got bailed out.
They had a
Last
good
time
game
actu-
together.
When did they play?
I think it was
Like
against
it.
the Suns, wasn't it? Or was it a
They
different
got
game?
bailed
Hallie
out
was
against
out
the
when they
Suns
played the
last
Suns.
week.
It was one game. I know they played at least one together because I was watching about it.
Maybe
But
would've been there. Carry on.
I think
Parker. I'll look this up.
I guess I'll give it to Trey too, just because he's already better in like
Oh.
such a similar situation that I feel like how much different would it be if they switched? Really, they're exactly the same player on exactly the same team.
I think Hallie's overall a better player, but I think
Mm.
Trey would do more for that
I don't know.
offense.
I feel like Trey scores more with nearly identical assist numbers. He turns it over more for sure, but that's about it. And then,
I
so
just
that
think-
concludes it.
yeah.
Actually, you can go ahead though if you want.
No, I'm good.
And then next topic, I for sure think this is happening. Me and Zeke talked about this the other day. He doesn't think it's happening, but just hypothetically, say it happens this season. Who is dropping 100 this season? I think it's happening, and I think it's going to be Luka.
Luka's the only guy that could get it done.
No,
I wouldn't say
don't
the
think
only
so.
guy. Like,
I disagree.
I wouldn't say Book couldn't. I wouldn't say
Yes.
Embiid couldn't.
I
wouldn't say Giannis
I
couldn't.
feel like a center that because
Giannis
Embiid can
could.
shoot,
Yeah,
but you have to be able to shoot to hit 100.
yeah,
now.
that's true.
It's just like defense is gonna be down low. It's just
I think if Embiid goes hot, I think he could.
Yeah, they could feed him the ball the whole game
if they
against someone
did-
with no center.
If they did what he did against Wemby again, and they just like didn't play Maxey or like
Yeah,
or something like that,
that'd be disgusting.
like Wemby literally looked like horrible against Embiid.
Yeah,
Like,
he did look terrible on defense. He didn't do a single thing that night.
If
He
they
still
put
had a
it-
decent night actually on offense and stuff, but
He looked
Defense, no.
non-existent on defense. He
Yeah.
got postered several times.
yeah. So I think Luka, Giannis, or Book.
Huh.
It's kind of tied for me.
okay.
Who do you think?
I wanted to note that tonight was the first night that Tyrese Halliburton has played.
Was it really?
Yeah.
He
They're playing the
was
Celtics.
ruled. Okay, well then he must have been ruled out last second because last
I
week
thought
I
you were
saw a
talking about that
report.
Siakam has played.
We played with each other. That's what I was
Oh,
talking
I
about.
saw a report last week that said both will be active for tonight's game, so that's why it threw me off right now. But okay.
I thought you were
Yeah,
just
he
talking
hasn't.
about Siakam.
Before now, he
playing.
hasn't played since the 19th.
Oh, okay. Then I guess he just got ruled out last second at that game. But so you think Luka? And then who do you got?
feel like Luka's the only
Embiid.
guy.
Okay. So next topic: who would win in a 1v1?
Oh, yeah,
First
I figured
four are gonna be current. Chet versus Wemby
I think Wemby.
I
would
got
win
Wemby. in a 1v1 scenario.
Yeah, I'd take Wemby.
Okay. And then Kyrie versus Trey. I got Kyrie.
Yeah, I'd take Kyrie. He's bigger.
I wouldn't
too.
take anyone against Kyrie in a 1v1, honestly.
Kyrie's
Like
also
ever.
like a
I'd take
decent.
like LeBron. Anybody like
Maybe.
athletic, like
Yeah.
mid-size athletic. Like
Kyrie's
Jason
not a
Tatum
bad
would be
perimeter
Kyrie in
defender
a 1v1.
No, he's not. Kyrie just can't be defended, and he
Trey-
shoots
Trey just does
however he
that.
wants. Yeah.
I don't know. I think like Book could keep it close with Kyrie.
I think
I
Book
don't
could
think
be
so.
Kyrie, to be honest. Book's got a mean bag. No one recognizes.
No, he
him.
does.
Yeah,
Kyrie's like
He's also
different though.
I guess.
Kyrie's different, but like Book can slash too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then Steph versus Kyrie.
Steph versus Kyrie.
I got Kyrie again, I think.
I think I would.
I don't
take
know though.
Kyrie.
That's really hard.
I think.
I'm
You
still
said
gonna
Kyrie?
stay with Kyrie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It just depends how like crazy they would go on defense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying as hard as they can to win.
Yeah.
Is what I would
But
say.
I just like we're talking like if Curry's in New York 2016, like
Yeah.
3 steals a game,
Yeah.
Curry, then he could like be pickpocket or something. But I go with Kyrie in that situation.
Okay. And then last current one: Book versus Ant.
Book him.
Book's a pure scorer,
don't
but
know.
that's in a game,
I
like
don't
a
agree with
five,
that.
a 5v5 game.
Yeah,
And
a lot
not
of
like pure
a lot of
scorer,
Book's
not
game
like,
is like spacing related.
Book
Yeah.
is a
and driving.
really good two-way guard.
I don't mean like
No-
only
Well, yeah,
scores.
but,
I just mean like his best
so
thing right
Ant.
now is scoring
Ant's a very
by
good.
far.
Like he has good perimeter.
I just
everything.
think
Ant's
Book
great on
I
defense.
just think Book has better like knowledge as far as like.
I guess you could say just like that, but I don't know.
I think Ant would average more defensive stats. I might be wrong, but
Probably.
I want to say he does.
But I don't know.
Book's scoring is really good, but I think in a 5v5 game it is. I feel like in a 1v1 scenario,
I
it'd
feel
be a
like
lot
I feel like
aren't that
Ant,
good.
Ant's a little more stocky, so he could take him down low.
That's what I'm thinking too.
And
He would
Ant's
dunk on him at least a few
Ant's
times.
also like a shot chucker though. He just be hucking up shit.
Not really.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
let
a
Cat
little
go
bit,
for
sure, but
64 the other day.
Well,
He
the
could've
thing is,
chose
it's a
not to.
1v1. He can do whatever he wants. He could drive in.
Yeah.
So it's not like
Yeah.
he's just gonna be taking mid range after mid range. That's what Book's
Yeah, it's
probably
completely
gonna be
different
doing,
than a
but I
normal
mean,
game.
in
Yeah,
that
Book's
situation.
consistently hitting his mid range. He's not
Yeah.
shot hacking.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna
Sometimes.
take Book still.
I guess I'd go with Ant.
I think I would too. And then all-time ones, MJ versus Braun.
In a 1v1,
I
Braun-
would
depends who
probably
gets the
take-
ball
I think I
first.
would take Braun.
if MJ gets the ball
Braun's
first,
too big.
Yeah. I
Like-
think Braun is stopping MJ
Braun's
within
also
3 tries
gross.
of MJ
Braun's
scoring.
also a good defender.
Yeah. I think even if MJ scores, Braun is stopping him after like 2 or 3 points max. And then he's getting the ball back. And he's
Braun's
way
just
bigger.
bigger. Braun's
Braun's
a
huge,
pure
bro.
it just
athlete.
depends if LeBron's trying to like shoot the entire time.
Yeah, if he's like,
Like, if
fucking
he's, like-
around
I
trying-
mean, he would know how to win if he wanted to.
yeah.
like,
But
he
so
would know what to
MJ.
do.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like that kind of situation.
I mean, it's just different.
What
It's
year
just
of
different
MJ
because
are we
how
talking
big.
about, too? It's like
96.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter,
okay.
honestly. Like, Braun is like 6'9" or 6'10".
he's like 6'8".
250. So I don't see MJ winning on that end. Overall,
Braun's just
maybe.
more
It's like
physical.
it's 6'6", 220.
Yeah.
And like
6'8".
And they just never really used his size though.
50.
Like
I
that
wouldn't
much.
say that. He used to back down and then shoot middies all
Yeah.
game. That's what he used to do. That's exactly what he would be doing against LeBron
Yeah.
half the time, unless he gets a blow by. But that's about it.
Yeah, maybe. And then Tim Duncan versus Kevin Garnett.
Tim Duncan.
Keep in mind, this is a 1v1.
It's a
I'm taking
1v1.
KG all
I'm
day.
going with
In a
KG.
1v1, 100%. No way.
KG's
Tim-
like gonna throw an elbow.
yeah,
like,
Tim
just,
Duncan's way
Are
too
we
slow.
Are we
and
talking like no refs, like street ball?
1v1.
Yeah, just like straight
I don't know.
1v1. Like
Oh, just like street ball.
KG,
Then
I
I'd
think
take
either
KG.
way, KG.
yeah, it's like they're
winning
not gonna shoot free throws if there's like
that. Yeah.
Well, I know they're not shooting
Yeah.
free throws, but like KG's like a street ball kind of player.
Yeah.
it's
I
like
guess
more
I'll take it.
aggressive.
It's
He's gonna
basically
be
like
he's
street
gonna be
ball.
like backing him down the whole way
Yeah.
down. And then he's
I
just
think
gonna, like,
Tim Duncan's
spin.
just a lot softer than KG was, and KG
I don't know
would for
about
sure take
soft.
advantage of that. Compared to KG, most people
Tim Duncan
who
is
are
like
hard
an
in the
alt,
league
like,
are soft.
Like I don't want to say top 5 because I would have to like put together my list. He's like one of the greatest defensive players of all time.
Yeah, I know.
So I mean, it's just like he knows what. I mean, he played KG for 15 years, so I mean, he'd know what to do in that situation.
KG would
But-
make it in his head too.
Yeah.
And then last one on the
That's actually not
all-time
true.
list.
KG would not make it in his head because there's a cool story about that. Where
Yeah,
like you remember that story where like KG said some shit about like Tim Duncan's mom and Tim Duncan scored like 40 on him.
I think I know what you're talking about.
I think so.
I don't know like the
There's a cool
details,
story about
but
it.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And then Chris Paul versus Isaiah Thomas.
Chris Paul versus Isaiah Thomas. We're talking
Obviously in their prime. Like
no,
Like,
which
like
Isaiah
Bad
Thomas?
Boys, Isaiah Thomas or like Celtics.
or Celtics, yeah, my bad.
Chris
Celtics?
Paul.
Chris Paul.
Think so? Okay, that's fair. And then
Chris Paul in his bag, like
yeah,
I
he
thought you were
was
talking
good.
like Bad Boys. Pistons.
yeah, that's
No.
what I was thinking. I was like, that's interesting.
That one
I
could
don't
have
know.
been
That would be
decent, but I feel like the other one was better.
more competitive.
I was gonna say Rajon Rondo. Chris Paul versus Chris Paul. And then in a game of 21, I like this one the most. In a game of 21, who would win between D Rose, John Wall, and John Morant?
Ja Morant. Are we talking like all in their prime?
I mean, yeah.
So what were the team? Oh, 21. Okay.
Yeah, first to 21. It's like another. It's basically a
Yeah,
street
yeah,
ball
yeah,
I
game.
mean,
yeah.
like D Rose and Ja are like the same player, but I think
Yeah.
I think Ja would just like fuck around and just be dunking the whole time. I think
Yeah.
I'd take
Yeah, I mean,
Ja.
I'm saying like
He
they're
gets
taking it
mad after
serious.
a
They want to
rebound and
win.
He pulls out his clock. I'm sorry. Okay.
I mean, in like a 21 like street ball
that's
situation,
tough. I don't know.
I wouldn't
John Wall
consider
was, like,
John Wall out
different.
at all, bro.
Dude,
John Wall was good.
like.
I almost want to go. I'm gonna go with John Wall because he's one of my
I
favorite
was
players.
actually like, we talked about this a little bit.
yeah,
And I was like, dude, John Wall might have it.
yeah,
John Wall is
D-Rose-
so fun, dude.
D-Rose
he's
is
one of my
just, like,
favorite
I don't know
players.
how to place that. Like,
yeah.
You can't place it without someone being like.
People are
"D-Rose
gonna
is
hate
the
on it.
best player
It's a
of all time."
1v1 though.
D Rose had like the biggest bag of the three. Like he was
Yeah,
MVP. He score. I mean, he was different compared to the.
yeah. They're all like
But-
super similar players though,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just in different situations. I'm going John Wall.
Dude, I miss how good John Wall was.
Dude,
I
John
know.
Wall was just like,
That Wizards deal
'cause
messed
he
him
was
up.
like, he was so quick, dude. Like the ball comes
Yeah.
off him straight forward.
yeah,
Dude,
you
just
get
like,
back,
you gotta stay on.
drive
him.
in.
Just behind the back.
He's gonna be hitting like
layups.
360 lay-ins
Yeah,
all
be-
game.
Behind the back layups, John Wall was like, that was his move.
Yeah,
Like, he was cold as hell.
it was crazy.
He was fun to watch, dude.
Mhm.
I missed that.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't know. Jaw's a good defensive guy. I'm gonna go with Jaw.
Yeah.
honestly.
Okay, that's
what
fair.
I feel.
that's honestly
make my
probably
own
the right
decision.
answer. It's
Yeah.
fair.
I think
And
you
then-
could go either way.
Into the next topic. Who, I wouldn't say who won because it's obvious who won. I'll get into the second part, but who won the OKC versus Clippers trade? The Clippers. I also put next to their name, like the second part
And
of
the-
it was if they get a ring,
Yeah,
is it
they
worth
get
it?
Okay.
So Clippers got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard as a result of the deal. So I'm counting that. They got
you-
got
to
Kawhi
even
and
make it,
PG.
like, comparable. you
Yeah,
have
it's
to.
fair. And then OKC got Shea, I don't want to butcher his name, but Gallinari. In 21, they drafted Trey Mann with the pick they got. In 22, they drafted Jalen Williams, who's a top 3 player on their team right now.
Mhm.
They have a 24 and 26 Clippers first-round pick, a 25 Miami first-round pick, and a 25 Clippers first-round pick swap. I'd say OKC won the trade.
OKC's gonna have a successful future.
A
for the
dynasty,
next, like,
yeah.
OKC's got to have a
Even
growth
like I feel like
Yeah.
one ring like that might be worth it for management.
That's
for
what I
the
was gonna say
Clippers.
for Clippers. If they get the ring this year or next year, I think it's worth it.
The Clippers are not winning.
No, there's a chance they get it this year.
I'm not
It's whatever.
counting
I'm
them
not.
out at all yet. They're
I'm
the
just
best
gonna
team in
say-
the NBA as of like the past 2 months.
They're also like have
Maybe.
notorious
By far.
playoff
It's-
jokers littered
Yeah.
within their team, rather
Yeah.
than like Kawhi.
Yeah,
should've
but I
brought
mean
in
Paul
Chris
George
Paul.
has choked
James
before
Harden
for
is
sure,
a
but last
horrible
the past couple
playoff
years,
If they brought in
performer.
Chris Paul, it would be hilarious. Back on the Clippers.
that would have been pretty funny.
I realize I'm like super far.
Playoff P, like
I'm gonna say obviously OKC won, but
I'm
if,
gonna go with
if
OKC
Clippers
in
get
that
a
situation.
ring, it's
OKC.
worth it.
Because I mean, there's a chance like OKC gets a ring within the next
Yeah.
like.
they have
3
like
years.
a future
Yeah.
potential MVP on their team. It was like
And they still have
22.
more picks. I mean,
Yeah,
Jalen Williams, good,
Mhm.
very good.
and I mean,
actually.
And they've
Very
drafted
underrated.
well. Look at
Getting
look
rid
at
of
Shea,
Shea,
Chet.
though, was
Shea's
just
a
so
future
weird.
MVP.
Look at Chet, dude.
So it's just
like,
great episode. And
they've-
then,
Yeah.
I mean, that team is just built for success.
yeah, they built around that trade.
they've
super
done
well.
amazing. OKC's always managed their team really well.
Yeah, and then yeah, for like the past 15
Yeah.
years they have.
Since
around
like since moving.
Since they moved.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And then getting in, a coyote.
Probably.
Getting into our top 5 power forwards.
Okay.
My list from 1 to 5. 5 and honorable mention are literally perfectly identical in my book. I just looked at team success for where I ranked them. So number 1 I had Giannis. 2 I had KD. 3rd I had Julius Randle.
Okay.
4th I had Pascal Siakam. 5th I had Paul George, and then honorable mention was Zion. Him and Paul George have identical stats. They're off by like 1, but Paul George's team is the
You said
best in the
Paolo?
league right now.
You said Paul?
No, I did not.
He's on my list.
For
sure.
which I said Pascal Siakam for 4th.
Okay. And then who was your honorable mention?
Zion
Oh, okay.
and
yeah.
Paulo, but I just like Zion a lot.
Dude,
So
Paulo's having an
was biased.
underrated
I know
season.
he's really good this
He's
season.
been underrated. Like I did not like him. Like
Okay.
I still don't really like him, but
Yeah.
I like him.
I like the list. It's cool.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm starting with Giannis first, KD second, Paul George at 3. I
Okay.
feel like he's just having a good season.
pretty
It
good.
feels weird to call him a power forward, but
Not
that's
really
what he's
to
been
me.
doing
This season
year.
he for sure is.
And then I had Julius Randle at 4,
Okay.
and then I had Paulo at 5. Paulo's
Okay.
having a really good season. The
That's fair.
team is
You had
good.
Julius Randle, didn't you?
yeah.
Okay.
He was my
So
4.
No Siakam.
No Siakam.
That's
He
fair.
would be my honorable mention with Zion.
That's fair. And I feel like with the trade especially, he's gonna be.
Yeah. Well, you just
Very
haven't seen
good.
him enough.
Yeah, I know for sure. I was mainly going like rest of season, but also so far. It's
Yeah.
kind of both.
I'd say Giannis, KD are a lock at 1 and 2.
Yeah.
3, I'm actually gonna say Paolo.
Okay.
He's having a good season, but the team isn't like.
They're not
That's
good
where I went
enough
with
to
that.
put him there for me. That's fair though.
Yeah, that's fair. 4, I guess I'm gonna go. Guess I'm gonna go Randall,
Okay.
and then 5, I'm gonna go Siakam.
I knew you. I was thinking in my head he's not gonna put Paul George on his list. I was like, there's no way.
I don't fuck with Paul
Bro,
George.
come on, bro.
I know. Oh my
I'll fuck
god.
with
I didn't
Paul
want to say it 'cause I didn't want to jinx it. Okay, that's fair list though. There's no way I'd leave Paul George off
Yeah,
right now,
right.
but it's not like absurd.
I just wanted some diversity in my list
Yeah.
too, to be honest.
and
But
then
I don't fuck with Paul George.
oh, we're actually almost done in
Yeah.
a decent time. We'll try to get these done in 10 minutes. So, first thing, the longest one, guess the top 5 players who lead the league in turnovers per game. This one shouldn't be as hard.
KD is up there.
Nope.
somewhere. Dude, he's averaging so many turnovers.
Dude, these dudes are
Turnovers
averaging a
per
lot.
game. Okay.
You got to know number 1. Parker for sure should know.
Is Trey on
Is
this
Trey?
list?
Trey is number 1.
Yeah.
Okay. There's like Luca. Is Luca on this list?
Luka's number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
There's-
Book on there?
Nope.
Book's been doing better. That's right.
He's been doing better, but early season.
He hasn't played enough for
Yeah.
that.
Is it someone on the Clippers?
Okay.
Got, like, one of them, 2 of them are stars.
Is Embiid on this list?
Embiid is number 5.
Okay.
That makes sense. He just gets the ball so much that it's.
I'm assuming Shea's not on this list.
No.
Okay.
Shea has a really good
He's-
assist turnover ratio.
Yeah.
One is on a really bad team, one is on a really good team. And they're
Really
both
good team.
supposed to be stars.
Is one of them
Supposed to be
really
stars that are
bad
young.
team? Really bad team like Melo or something?
Melo hasn't played enough this year. to get that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking really bad team.
Really bad team.
really bad, but he's
Like
a star.
Ayton on this list.
Well, he's supposed to be a
Come on
star.
now.
Not DeAndre Ayton.
Huh?
say, come on now.
I was just hating.
I'm trying to think of garbage teams.
So we just need.
So one of them, okay, number 3 is
4.
supposed to be a star on a trash team.
Cade.
Yes.
Okay.
Cade is
yeah,
number
makes
3.
sense.
The number 4 is one of the best players in the league.
I just don't think a Cade is like
one of the best
a
players
star.
in the league.
You got to get
On
one.
a bad
Come on now.
team.
I didn't say
I've
bad team for
gotten
him.
one.
Oh.
No, not for him.
I was like, no way, Braun would be on that list.
Number 4 is one of the best players in the league on one of the best teams.
Is it
JT?
Tatum?
No, and no.
I guess it's.
One of the best players, one of the best teams. Not. No, we
Giannis?
already said Luka.
Giannis is number
Okay.
4.
Yeah.
And then getting into the next topic, very simple, how the game works. Guess the player I'm thinking of. I'll give you.
How does
It's like a
this
21
work?
questions kind of game,
Okay.
basically. So it's basically just
How
like for the
specific
viewer's
are we allowed
sake.
to get? Like,
You can say what you want. If
West,
it's like
East?
too much. No.
okay. I was like, how specific?
I mean like it's gotta
It's
be.
got to
yes
be
or
like
no.
a yes
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, 21 questions. Guess what player I'm thinking of?
Has your player won a championship?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Does your player have more than one ring?
I can't give you too much like that.
What do you mean?
That seems like a
21
decent amount.
questions.
I mean, there's not a ton of players with multiple rings left, really. I guess there
that's
is,
fair.
but they're
So you said left. So that means they got to be current.
yeah, it's current for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
It is
Yeah.
current. I'll give you that.
Is your player a point guard?
Is your player a shooting guard?
Come on, bro. Okay.
What?
That's what you do in like 21 questions.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
so-
how
no,
it works.
no.
No.
Whoever gets it first wins the championship for the
Wait,
first.
Are they a small forward?
No.
It's your turn.
I thought he said it's a shooting guard. Yeah.
Oh.
No. Is your player a power forward?
No.
So he's the center. Okay.
Yes.
One
Is your
ring.
player Nikola Jokic?
Yes.
Yes. I was gonna let you go with your turn. I was like, it has
I
to
tried
be
to make
him,
it
right?
easy for the first one.
Yeah.
Next
That's
one's
fun,
gonna
I
be
like that. I
impossible
like that.
for you guys.
Dude, honestly, do it obscure.
It's gonna be
players.
fun.
Make
I
us
mean,
do
I
our
could. I
research.
very well could. Like, it's
Yeah,
hard to
I don't
guess.
care.
Dude,
Okay.
do something under like really
Okay.
random.
Next and last NBA topic: who is winning the 3-point competition between Steph and Sabrina?
Steph.
I'm just gonna put it out there right away.
So
Not on no.
she said she would shoot on the NBA line. So I saw that. I don't know.
I don't think they're actually gonna do
I
that.
think-
I
I
think
don't know how it
Sabrina's
works.
gonna end up.
I don't think
taking
it's
it.
fair because she shoots with a smaller ball
It's
Yeah.
different
on
I
a
mean,
shorter line.
Yeah,
and
it's
I mean,
different,
she's a
I
good
guess,
shooter
which
for
is
sure,
true,
but,
but
like,
it is.
are
It
you
is.
gonna give Curry a small
unfair, I
ball? Like,
guess.
are you
Yeah,
letting him
I
shoot on
think
a
it's
shorter
totally-
line?
It's just what their normal. Like
Yeah, I
routine
I think
is.
I think
like-
she has an advantage. Like
she just
clearly.
has a inherent.
I mean, yeah,
advantage
but-
there. So I'm gonna go with her, to be honest. They're gonna like try to hype it up, like
Yeah.
WNBA better than NBA.
Yeah, they're.
I don't
feel
think
like
they'll do that, but I think
I
'cause, like,
low-key-
you can't
I
argue
could
that.
see them like doing something like that where Curry loses by like one or something.
yeah,
or,
they're
like-
probably gonna script that.
Yeah, I feel like they're probably gonna script that. To be honest.
How do you script a jump
Miss
shot?
this
You,
one.
you don't think the best 3-point shooter of all time can like intentionally bank rim?
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
I mean,
He
I
hits
I
front
get
iron
the
and
argument
plays
that
out
she has the
20 feet.
advantage, but it is like a completely different like not sport, but sports setup because it's men
Yeah.
versus
I-
women's sports. So
I'm
it's,
a-
it's,
I'm
it
a
has to
big
be
believer,
To be
different.
honest, I think she's probably. There's a good chance she just goes out and doesn't miss.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like just because I'm saying she's gonna win doesn't mean I think she's a better 3-point
for
shooter than
sure.
Steph
Like,
Curry or
no, she's
anything.
not
But
better.
like currently and like how everything is going, I think like right now she is on a crazy 3-point shooting streak. So
I
Yeah,
think
she looks really good.
I
She
think
can do
she
it.
has the advantage, but you guys said her, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna stay.
Okay.
Steph.
Curry. Okay.
and then one of our last topics, NFL. Who is bigger for Baltimore? It's pretty obvious now. Lamar Jackson or Ray Lewis?
Ray Lewis.
Ray.
Yeah.
2 rings. 2 murders.
At this point, at this point, it's not even arguable. Like it would have
Dude,
been
I
if
saw
Lamar
this
was going to the
insane
Super
tweet.
Bowl this
It
year.
was like,
But
it was like, do you think Ray Lewis can kill Lamar Jackson in the parking lot?
Yes.
he could if he wanted to. We obviously know that.
Do you
Yeah.
think Lamar should be considered like a historic playoff joker now for that franchise?
No,
I mean, he's
not
only been
yet.
in there twice.
Yeah, he's only been in a choke situation
Yeah.
twice. So I mean,
and it's not like
he's gonna get his MVP
100%
this year.
entirely
They're not,
on
like,
him.
Locked out of the playoffs. Like it's gonna be harder next year, but I
Yeah.
mean, those guys are just gonna get better.
yeah.
I mean,
it
they
just
have to
depends how
resign
their
a
team
lot of guys,
goes.
but like they'll figure it out.
Better
They're
question.
never bad.
No, they're
But,
not.
like,
Better
So they could
question:
figure it out for
should
sure.
Ray Lewis kill Zay Flowers in the parking lot?
Probably, bro. Ravens fans are already planning on it. And
This
then
video is getting bigger.
getting into the recap of our predictions for last week, I put these check marks the day I put them in here a week before. The Chiefs beat the Ravens, which me and Parker had happening, and Zeke had the Ravens.
I'm sorry,
And then I think
Captain Lamerica.
We all had the
America.
we all had the Niners,
didn't
right?
save us. Yeah, we did.
Okay. So Chiefs Niners
you, Dan
going
Campbell.
into the Super Bowl. Very interesting Super Bowl. No one really expected this to be the Super Bowl. Everyone expected the Niners,
The
but
Super
no one
Bowl
expected
no
the
one
Chiefs.
wanted.
Not a single soul expected
fine
the
with
Chiefs
it.
going into the playoffs.
Not a single
Um,
soul wanted this.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I think
They're
Like,
so
I'm not
much
gonna
make a
say-
prediction until next week either.
we
Or the
should.
whole week.
Might as well though. I'm not gonna say I predicted the Chiefs like all the way, but like
You said
After-
it, pretty much. You were like, they're gonna figure out how to make it.
Yeah,
I did say that at some point. But after week one, like going in,
happen.
in my
Dude,
head-
honestly, just say you did.
no, like just
I'm
going
not gonna-
into
Yeah,
the playoffs.
we've been talking about
I
it.
was so like, there's no way. Like
was in
these
denial.
teams are too good. And then I was like, after week one, after they beat the first team, I immediately knew. I was like, shit, they figured it out. Like it was just
I didn't
you
think
could
was
see
that.
it.
It was just the Dolphins like garbage and.
No, I know,
freezing
but
cold
I
weather.
still
But
you
after
could.
the-
I still just had a feeling
After
like
the Bills, where they got bailed out by bad kicker plays.
Yeah.
And it's just like
they just always find a way, dude. Mahomes is
They've
different.
gotten lucky.
And
They've
Mahomes-
gotten
it's a
lucky.
pure
At
luck
this
right
point in his
now.
career,
It's
having
just-
better
it's
stats than
'cause
Brady.
Mr. Pfizer is getting
Zay
better.
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers forgetting how to play football, and then
I'd also like to point out the whole
Zay Flowers really
Mahomes.
taunted, fumbled, and then like ripped his
Yeah.
hand open on the bench.
Travis Kelce remembering how to play football after
After a whole season.
after the whole season where he sold my fantasy year.
And then Mahomes, at this point in his career, has better stats than Tom Brady did at the same point in his career, which
Yeah.
I think is insane. Like,
Or
we were all
extremely
talking
similar
about
players,
how
dude.
we're
It's
witnessing
honestly,
it.
Like,
They're not similar, like, players, but, like, stat-wise
yeah,
and
stats-wise,
success-wise and stuff like
career-wise,
that.
just,
Yeah,
how
they are
their careers
identical
going,
so
like,
far.
They're like insanely similar.
I got a bad
Please,
feeling though.
please, just let this mean that Patrick Mahomes after this ring just doesn't do anything for like 10 years.
Literally. I
It
just,
might happen.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
I got a bad feeling he's gonna like suffer like a bad injury. I don't know why. Just like
He's
based,
just channeling out.
just
We were talking about that earlier, and I didn't want to, like, say it, but I feel like he's one of those players who just doesn't get injured. Like,
Tom Brady. Well, Tom Brady blew
Pretty
his ACL
much,
out
dude. Yeah,
one year,
but-
so that was just.
Like,
Yeah.
there's just been so many players that just
He could
always
just
play.
end up
They
being
never
like
stop
such a-
playing.
And that sucks because like some guys will have great careers, they'll get injuries, it'll plague them, but they'll still be good. And,
Yeah.
like they can be like Peyton Manning.
I think
destroyed
Mahomes
his
will
back
have
and
at
still played,
least
like, 6 more
4 to
years.
5 Super Bowls by the end of his career, minimum.
Yeah, probably.
If
He'll
they
probably
build
win this
around
year
him
and maybe
properly.
next year again.
I mean, Andy
At this
Reid's
point.
like an amazing coach.
Yeah.
Andy Reid only has like 5 more years in the tank, bro.
That's all
Yeah.
you need.
Not
dude.
not for coaching, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for life.
I'm sorry, bro.
For life, bro.
Wow. Okay.
He averages a burger a game.
Yeah, that's true.
A
So
burger a
I
half.
have the
I'd say
burger
when
loving.
This year he might retire.
I have the
honestly,
burger
I wouldn't
loving
even be
Chiefs
shocked.
winning the Super Bowl.
Burger-loving Chiefs.
Me too.
I got Have you guys seen the thing about white
Don't
jerseys?
say the jersey thing, dude.
Yes,
It's so fucking
bro.
stupid. I don't
It's
care.
true.
I don't care. None of that stupid.
Isn't the Chiefs what's his face out? Who's out? They have a isn't there like
One of their
D.
good defensive guys.
Yeah, they're DN.
Blew his leg out.
But I don't think.
I'm going with
like
the
he
Niners.
obviously
I
makes a
think
big
the Niners get it
impact,
done
but
this time. I think Anna Fry gets it done.
I see Purdy fumbling big time, and like everyone, the media just having an absolute field day.
Yeah, I could imagine that.
this.
I wouldn't even
it's
be
gonna end-
surprised.
I
It's,
feel
it's,
like-
it's gonna end gross for him, I think.
Anna Fry over Taylor Swift in the Super Bowl. It's just
I
like
want to
it's
see
like
Taylor
bigger
Swift
news.
performing at halftime. That's what I want to see.
Did you see the whole thing about like how she'll get to the
Yes,
stadium in time?
dude.
It's
That
so
was
stupid.
that was
Why are
so
they posting
annoying,
stuff like that?
bro. I'm
Yeah.
actually so sick of it.
Yeah, that was like extreme, insane overkill.
And that was
for
like actual
what they need. That was
ESPN
just
posts,
disgusting,
like-
dude.
I've never like disliked the Chiefs like that, but this year I can't stand them.
I
for
just
that
can't stand
reason.
seeing their
Usher,
media.
please bring out Kanye.
That'd be funny. That'd actually be hilarious. If she's at the
Famous
game.
live and
Dude, that would be so
Travis
funny.
Kelce runs on the field, gets ejected from the game for fighting Kanye.
That'd
So
be
we're
so
gonna-
funny.
We're gonna hope for Ray Lewis to not kill Kanye, and we're gonna see Kanye at the Super Bowl.
Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
Insane
It was just
crossover.
instinct from the last segment.
They bring back
Ray Lewis, we
OJ.
know you didn't do it. We believe you.
You did.
Ray Lewis, you are OJ.
Ray
I
Lewis.
don't care that you did it. It's okay. You're fine with me.
Oh my god, we're a good linebacker. So
Same with
we'll
OJ.
see.
I don't care.
I don't care. honestly, for his case,
2K yards and 14.
Yeah, I was gonna say
dude,
for
I'm
OJ's
sorry.
case, it might be understandable. Okay, but we should probably wrap this up before we say
We're
something too
doing
crazy.
We're getting worse and worse.
But it
Dude,
was
honestly, whatever you do, guys, don't go to like her first 7 videos. I would say like the worst thing that would come to mind every single
just don't listen to any
Twin
of them.
Towers lineup is a classic.
Oh my god, we're okay. I'm not even gonna get into that one. But it's a great episode. We appreciate
it
you
was fun.
guys for maybe watching this far, and we'll see you next week.